Hello, love bugs. Thank you to everybody who reached out and wanted to know what games I'm looking forward to in 2025. And the list is massive, let me tell you, but I think I narrowed it down to some of the biggest and best ones that I absolutely cannot wait to play, from the major projects that we've known about for a long time being made by big studios to the tiny little small passion projects being done by like single devs that always absolutely blow my mind and sometimes change our industry forever, can I also say, to everything that's kind of in between, that mix of both. The big projects have been being worked on for years, but maybe by a little bit of a bigger team. These are all of the games that I can't wait to play in 2025. And also, let me just say, this is a little bit of a personal list. There's a lot of other great games coming out that didn't make this list, but these are all the ones that I will be playing, starting with Fable, the big studio blockbuster that's on its way. And hey, if you're a Fable fan like I am and have been playing this series since the beginning and absolutely adore it and cannot wait to get back into it and have been waiting and waiting for the next one to come out, you are as scared as you are excited. It is being made by an entirely new team of people who actually work on the Forza games, which is really interesting. But from everything that I've seen so far, I think it looks beautiful. I'm hoping that it's staying true to the original feel of the Fable games. And I apologize to anybody who doesn't like this series, because it's all I'm going to be talking about once it finally comes out, because this is one of my all-time favorite game series that have ever released, ever. Now, something I've been saying for years is that we really need a Sims challenger. Why has The Sims been out for so many years and we've never really had a game that came out that truly listened to all of the fans of The Sims and gave them something similar, but all the things that we've always wanted? Paralives, I think, is going to be the closest thing we've ever had to that. But Inzoi is also coming out and looks very modern, very interesting, lots of customization, very realistic. And these Sims are something that I think any of us who like The Sims are definitely going to have to at least keep an eye on. Now, the biggest game, I think, for me this year that a lot of you know, at least the biggest passion one, is Tales of the Shire. It is going to be for a certain kind of player. It's, well, for two different kinds of players. It's going to be for nerds of Lord of the Rings, and it's going to be for people who just want something truly cozy, truly chill, something to unwind to that is mellow. That's going to be for us. Now, the game that would change everything that everyone is going to play is Haunted Chocolatier. Whenever this game comes out, the game that Concerned Ape has made after Stardew Valley, I would like to predict that everyone will be playing this game, even people who typically don't play games like that, just because Stardew Valley changed the world. It changed gaming forever, and everyone is going to want to be checking this out. And if once this comes out, it's going to break 2025, if it even comes out in 2025, let's be real. Now, if you need something to hold you over until then, Moonlight Peaks, while we're waiting for Haunted Chocolatier, is a Stardew-like but more unique game where you play as a vampire caring for magical crops and romancing the town and doing all of the typical Stardew-like game things. But the art is really unique. The story is really interesting. I like that you're playing a vampire. You should check it out. Newly on my radar is Cinnabunny. It is absolute cuteness overload. This is a cozy life sim where you play as a bunny running a bakery who also bird watches while you save up enough carrots to help your family move. This is one of those games that's going to make us all go, oh my God, cute. Aw, and it's going to just soften our lives for a couple weeks in February. Now, Hawthorne is another one that is beautiful with animals. It's going to have that cozy feel, but it's definitely a little bit bigger. It's a solo or co-op sandbox RPG where you're going to build a village of memorable NPCs, farm, craft, explore. It's a passion project from experienced developers, and it has visuals that I cannot stop thinking about. This is going to be a stunning big game when this game finally comes out. Now, I just played a demo that I can't stop thinking about, which was for Tiny Bookshop. I have to be honest with you, I thought this was going to be just a little kind of fun throwaway game that would be sweet and cute. Wow, it's a mix of the cozy story fun I thought it would have and cute characters, but has real strategy that keeps you on your toes. And I think it's one of those games that strategy lovers are going to play over and over again to try and get that better score. It was awesome. Now, 4 games really on my radar that I had to mention. Hotel Galactic has like Studio Ghibli art and looks really interesting, a really wholesome world. Haunted Paws I've been following forever. It's a co-op game where you play as 2 puppies trying to rescue your human from a haunted mansion. Outbound I've been following the dev forever. It feels like a passion project that's like Raft but on a camper you can play with friends. And then We Harvest Shadows is a farming sim for horror fans where you survive as a recluse but uncover a terrifying storyline at night. It looks awesome. Now, these is my big trio of the year, I think, that are all very similar kind of styles of games, but they're also not. At first glance, you think, well, Aloft is kind of like Loftia, which is kind of like farm folks, and they all kind of have things that connect them together. But there are very special things about each of the games that I think are going to make them separate and appeal to different people. So let's start with Aloft, which is going to speak to my survival side. I love playing survival games. This game is a single player or co-op with friends. This is going to be for the friends who like to play like Minecraft and 7 Days to Die and come together, but want a little bit of maybe a cozier world. Maybe they're sick of those worlds and they need something new. Aloft is going to be for you. So like grab your friends, get ready, storyline, building, crafting, all of that fun stuff, but definitely focus more on like survival, but chiller survival. Loftia is going to come for me as an MMO lover. I love playing multiplayer games with my friends. That is my favorite thing to do. I love running and making new friends in games, and that's going to be Loftia. And honestly, I think it's filling a lot of holes for me that I've been missing from the cozy genre, which is going on true adventures and battles and discovering things and figuring out puzzles. Loftia is also introducing that. It's not purely just cozy with no work on your brain. And I really am digging that about this game, and I think it's going to take a lot of my time. Now, Farm Folks is not just a farming game like you would think. It not only has PvE, it has PvP. You can still romance in it. It has a vast storyline. There is an online multiplayer so you can play with all of your friends. This game looks so interesting. I think it's going to be like a combination of a lot of the favorite things that indie game lovers really love, like all brought together. The only place where it's kind of pulling away from me is the art a little bit. If the art style will keep the true cozy players in, or if they're going to be able to make decor that will please those of us who want that side of the game. So who will come out on top? I don't know. They're all very different, but I think that I'm going to play all these games this year, and I really think that one of these will end up being like one of my biggest games of 2025 and the one that takes up most of my time. I'm curious to see what the rest of you think about those three in particular. So these are games that are going to take all of my time and my money in 2025. And thank y'all so much for showing love and for being here. I want to know what you think about all of these games. Did you see one that you didn't know about that now you're really excited to go put on your wish list or to look into more? Is there one that I mentioned that's also your favorite? Please let me know below in the comments, and I'll see you playing them this year.